Good morning, everybody. It's your girl, Miracle Sims, and you are listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. It is August the 10th, 2020, and today I want to talk about the character of God. I guess before we get into it, I'll say happy Monday, y'all. I know that I guess, like I said, I only take like one day of break, which is on Sundays, but it just feels so long between Saturday and Monday. But here I am ready to talk about this topic. I guess today I just was reminded of, maybe in our minds we have an idea of God that just probably is not accurate. I heard a lot of people say this phrase of calling him like a fairy man in the sky, and in a way to be like, oh, there's no fairy man in the sky or something like that, or or maybe we just got this idea that he's just I guess a judge with a hammer just to smash us down or something like that. But I think overall the Word of God not only shows us the characteristics of God, but then also shows us that majority of his characteristics are very loving, but I just think we just don't have a full understanding of him and the way, I guess it's divine order. Maybe we don't have a full understanding of that either. This is just me, these are my thoughts right here. But I guess that's what leads me to this topic for today. So, first I'll start off with 1 John 4:8. It says, anyone who does not love does not know God, because God is love. Now, I know these days we hear a lot of things as love. But, according to this, it says, God is love. Hebrews 13:8 says, Jesus Christ is the same yesterday and today and forever. Now, I know, again, for those who debate or, what's the word? For those that doubt, there we go. For those that doubt that Jesus is God and everything like that, I mean, you guys have to go deeper. There's previous juices that we kind of talk about that, so go peruse those if you haven't listened to them. But for those of you guys that, are with me right now and understand what I'm saying, and how Jesus is God and everything like that, then that's, again, a characteristic of God, that he is the same yesterday, today, and forever. Isaiah 40:28 says, have you not known? Have you not heard? The Lord is the everlasting God, the creator of the ends of the earth. He does not faint or grow weary. His understandings is unsearchable. Well, I mean, I guess there you go. I mean, according to this, the more we try to understand is probably the more we probably not going to understand, according to this right here. That's just my interpretation of this verse. Let the Lord lead you in what he's saying. If you feel like I'm interpreting it wrong or something, but, to me it's saying you won't be able to really truly understand or find. Anyway, Psalms 30:5 says, for his anger is but for a moment, and his favor is for a lifetime. Weeping may tarry for the night, but joy comes in the morning. I know that I've heard that the second part of that verse several times. When I came across that first part, I was like, wow, that's good, because I guess just to give us like a little peek of try to get some understanding of God, instead of, imagining him as this just God that is just out here to smash us or, yes, but I just imagine like a hand smashing under his thumb or something like that, just being like, oh, I don't like what you did there. Yeah. I think that's probably a lot of us think that way, or think, that he's just out here to, I guess, judge us because we've done wrong at X, Y, and Z. I think, okay. Alright, y'all. Well, let's keep it all the way with it, right? So here's the thing, you know, I've heard a lot of people question in regards to God. They're like, you know, well, if he's good, then why does he allow this? Or if he's that, then why is this? And da 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 da. And I guess my thing about that is I kind of sit here and think about that. Majority of the questions or majority of the things that they are questioning or asking, if he's this, then why this, is, I mean, I don't know if we all know now, but I believe that we are all aware that we have free will, right? Each and every one of us, we have free will. We know we were not made robots. We were not made like the Sims game. They used to play that back in the day, and you used to make them do whatever you wanted them to do. We are not like that, y'all. We got free will. We can make our own choices and things like that. And because of that, people have made choices. And, you know, unfortunately, according to the word of God, you know, there are consequences to the choices. But not even just that, y'all. Y'all say it in science and stuff like that. Cause and effect, whatever you want to call it. There are consequences to the choices that we all individually make. So, you know, and then I don't know if we're all aware as well. Again, you have to go deeper to think like this, I guess. But, you know, you have to understand that there is an adversary. There is an alternative spirit that is, I guess, wanting God's position and all that stuff. And in some cases, maybe leading people astray, you know. Well, I'm not saying maybe, because according to the word of God, that spirit is leading people astray. You know, so again, you have to think deeper to I guess, think about that. But even if you don't want to think about that, right? If you don't want to acknowledge that, you know, there may be some spirits leading people in the wrong direction, then at the end of the day, can we at least acknowledge that we all have free will? Can you at least acknowledge that? And if so, then we have to understand that because we have free will, we have choices, and we have things that, you know, we can decide to do or not do. And then because of that, then that's where accountability comes in. That's where, okay, it's in the word. If you do these type of things, this is what's going to happen. And it's like, but instead of taking accountability for whatever actions that you or your fellow man is doing, and then understanding that there's going to be consequences with those actions, instead of doing that, we look on God and be like, well, you did X, Y, and Z, or you're allowing X, Y, and Z. When at the end of the day, I mean, I guess the only thing he allows is us to have free will. And if you choose to do something wrong with your free will, then I mean, that's on you. That ain't on God. But I don't know. Maybe, you know, a lot of people want to just point fingers at God and be like, well, he needs to be X, Y, and Z. Well, guess what, friends? He did. He did take care of X, Y, and Z. And he did it through Jesus. And that's the whole point. Like, but if you don't believe that, then again, that just further, I guess it just makes me, let's go back to what we were talking about the other day. It's like, I mean, it just further separates you from God, which was the whole thing, was like, okay, I'm going to come down myself and show you how to do this thing and be that go-between. So then you'll always have a way to get to me. You'll always have that connection. But if you don't believe that, and then you just still want to go off and do whatever, then, I mean, that's on you. Like, you, at the end of the day, you can make your own decisions. Like, no one's forcing you, you know? Again, that might be something to go deeper about. Y'all might be thinking I'm just talking outside of my neck. So just, I mean, go peruse the Bible and see for yourselves, friend. Like, I'm saying what's in the Word of God, you know, to the best of my knowledge. Now, you know, you can check it out for yourself and confirm and make sure. Or, whatever the case is, just ask God to lead you and guide you on what he's saying here. But I'm just saying there's got to be some accountability. There got to be some, you know, understanding of cause and effect. Like, everybody want to talk about science. Everybody want to talk about all these things. I mean, these are just examples to help us understand this, but it's on you. You know what I mean? But hey, let's keep going, friends. Romans 5:8, it says, but God shows his love for us in that while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. So again, you know, that was the ultimate proof of love, you know, the ultimate sacrifice, the, you know, I mean, I don't know. I guess in a lot of ways, it's like, you know, it's beautiful in a way, because it's like to show us just how deep and how much he loves us. He did the ultimate sacrifice, which to us is probably like, okay, all right, Lord, I said. Well, to us, the ultimate sacrifice is probably like, well, of course, everybody, the Bible verse is, laying down your life is for your friends is the ultimate, love or something like that. I don't have that verse for you guys, so find a verse. Because it just came to me now. But, sacrificing for your friends or laying down your life for your friends is the act of love. But even sometimes, I don't know, maybe I won't say that then, but just think about that. Laying down your life for your friends, that's what he ultimately did. Came down and laid down his life for us. And that was the ultimate, example of love. I mean, 1 Peter 1 Peter 1:15. You guys are gonna see it in the thing. I'll confirm what it is. But anyway, it says, "But he who called you is holy. You also be holy in your conduct." So I actually went to go and look up the definition of holy for us this morning, and it says dedicated or consecrated to God or a religious purpose. And then it also says sacred. So, you know how they say, like, when you look up definitions and then the definition has the word in it, then you probably have to go deeper. At least for me, that's what I feel like. I have to go deeper. And so because I was looking up the nature of God, and because this definition says consecrated to God, I decided to go deeper and look up sacred. But again, it didn't really, it just pretty much again reiterated that it was, something towards God, right? And so for me, what looking at those two definitions, did for me is really just solidify that we don't have a full understanding of God, because we don't even fully understand what holy means in reference to him. Now that's just me. Now that's just my interpretation of what of those definitions, when I could not necessarily truly find what the word holy means outside of saying that it's consecrated to God. Cause if okay, I'll tell you guys why I came to that conclusion. Because when I'm looking up the word holy, I am looking up that word in reference to God. Like, what makes God holy, but like for us to understand when we say that God is holy, then what does that mean, right? And so if I'm looking it up in reference to God and it says consecrated to God, then it says so I'm saying, so God is consecrated to God. That's pretty much what I found this morning. God is consecrated to God, or a religious purpose or sacred. I mean, I guess God is sacred, that could be the ultimate definition that I found this morning. But again, to me, now this is just me, like I said, it just kind of solidified for me that we don't truly have an understanding of what that means for God to be holy. And I think because of that, I mean, I guess that's the Pope, friends. Like, at the end of the day, with God being holy and being in the position that he's in, and, at the end of the day, judgment is part of what is to come, right? I mean, that's what's in the Bible, that judgment is part of what is to come. And because he's holy, that's what separates us, our actions and, our free will and what we choose to do with it is what separates him from us. Not so much that he's not wanting to be with us, because obviously he does in regards to doing everything in his power to make sure we have a connection to him. However, but it's ultimately on us. And so at the end of the day, I mean, hey friends, that may be the Pope for you this morning, that, you truly do have, I guess, some type of, control over your destiny and everything like that. But again, you guys might have to go deeper and see what the Lord tell you about it. Here in Numbers 23:19, it says, God is not man that he should lie, or a son of man that he should change his mind. Has he said, and will he not do it? Or has he spoken, and will he not fulfill it? So yeah, I mean, I know that on one hand, not say I hesitate to read that verse, because okay, it does say that, let's see, it says here, I guess the thing that I hesitate to say, because I feel like people might just take it the wrong way, is that, that he, let's see, where is it? It says that he should not lie, or a son of man that he should change his mind. Now, I feel like just like us, God has the right to change his mind if he want to. Now, but I feel like in this example, it's talking about something specific that we may or may not know about and everything like that. So I don't want to read this verse and read it to y'all and give y'all the impression that God can't change his mind, or it can't do what he want to do. Because obviously he can do whatever he want to do. As far as I know, however, according to this word here, it's just pretty much just reiterating the fact that, whatever he says he's going to do, he's going to do. And he said a lot in his word about what is to happen and what is going to happen, and I guess technically what he's going to do. So I mean, hey, peruse that, take a look at it and see, and go from there. Now the Bible verse of today says, it's Isaiah 54:10. Man, it says, for the mountains shall depart and the hills be removed, but my kindness shall not depart from thee, neither shall the covenant of my peace be removed, saith the Lord, that hath mercy on thee. So, I mean, again, it was one of those verses that just pretty much confirms and wrapped this whole thing up. Again, I didn't see it until I finished writing all my notes that I just shared with you all. And then I went, okay, what's the Bible verse of the day? I went to go see it, and there it was. So to me, all of that is confirmation. I hope that it blesses you this morning. I hope that you're encouraged by knowing that God is just not there to smash you, friends. He's not there to just be like, and he's done so much to prove his love, and all we gotta do is just believe. That's it, y'all. So I hope you all enjoyed this juice this morning. Thank you so much for listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. I hope that you all can go forth and have a wonderful day, and I look forward to talking to you all tomorrow if the Lord's will. Bye-bye.